Okay, Mr. Serrano here. So we're moving on to question 18. We're gonna do question 14 probably on a separate video. Okay, so here we have a company that provides whale watching tour, takes groups of 21 people at a time. So adults and children. You can read the whole program by you. You don't need me to read it for you. So I'm going to say that A is going to be adults, right? And C, children. We can do that. We can use X and Y or any variable. So A plus C is equal to 21. So the number of adults and the number of children is 21. And then using the price, we have 80 for adults, 80 for adults, 88, right? Plus $60 for children is equal to $1,440. So what we need to do is we need to solve this system of equations. So we need to cancel, let's say we're gonna cancel the C's. So we multiply the top. We're gonna multiply the top equation by negative 60. If we multiply it times negative 60, we are going to get negative 60A, negative 60C, and 21 times negative 60 is negative 1260. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and take these two equations, the second and the modified first, and let's just combine like terms. We're gonna have then 20A, 80 minus 6 is 20A. That's a zero pair, right? Equals 180. Divide both sides by 20 and A is equal to 9, right? When you divide by 20, 20 divided by 20 is 1A, and 180 divided by 20, that's 18 divided by 2, that's 9. All right. So the question is, how many people in the group are children? So we found the adults. That's gonna be 9, right? So A is gonna be equal to 9. So let me go ahead and erase this A to substitute immediately. So we have that 9 plus C is equal to 21. So all right, so we know what to do now. C, 9 plus C is equal to 21. And so C is going to be equal to 21 minus 9, right? As we subtract 9 from both sides. And so C is equal to 12. So my answer is 12. Very good. So pause the video because I'm going to erase everything to move on to the next question, which is going to be question number 20. Okay, so pause it as I'm going to erase everything. Okay, now I'm going to go to number 20. We're gonna do 20, 21, and 23. If you look at video 1, I'm not, the only one I'm skipping is 14. Okay, so let's do 20. All right, 20 says that one of the factors of that trinomial is x plus b, where b is a positive. What is the smallest possible value of b? So factors means we need to factor. We need to factor that trinomial. All right, so to factor that trinomial, we're going to factor out at 2. Out of that trinomial, we have to factor out at 2. So if we divide every term by 2, we're going to get x cubed plus 21x, 2x, sorry. Let's factor 2x, not just 2. So we can do it all at once instead of one thing at a time. So 2x, when we divide 2x cubed by 2x, we get x squared plus 21x plus 104. All right, so that's factored. 2x times x squared plus 21x plus 1,4. So now this trinomial inside the parentheses can be factored further. Remember that a trinomial can be factored into 2 binomials. So we're going to leave the 2x alone. And here we're going to have everything is positive. So we see that the trinomial inside this green parenthesis begins with x squared. So the only way to get x squared is an x and an x. And so we have a plus and a plus. Now we need factors of 104 that add two numbers that when you multiply them give you 104, but when you add them give you 21. Forgive my X here, but I'm using my computer at home, so it's not the best. So let's factor 104 into, let's do prime factoring. Divide by 2 and you get 52. Divide by 2 and you get 52 divided by 2 is 26. 26 can be divided by 2 again, so it's 2 and 13. So that's all the prime factors. And you can see that 2 times 52 is not going to give you 21, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get this, completing the factoring is 2 to the third power times 13. Let's see if we're lucky, and that gives us the 21 that we need when we add them. So 2 to the third power is 8. And 8 times 13 has to be 104. If you check with a calculator, it does. Gives you 8 times 13 is equal to 104. That's how we factor it. That's equal to 104 times is equal to 104. And it's 8 plus 13, 21. It is. So we found the two factors is x plus 8 and x plus 13. So that's completely been factored. We are looking for x plus b, and b is the smallest possible value. So because it has to be one of the two parentheses, the smallest possible value is 8. So your answer is 8. All right, pause the video so you can copy all the notes, because if you don't pause it, you're gonna lose. Or you can rewind it, I guess, but I'm going to clear everything to go to question 21. Okay, now pay attention to question 21, because it says that the system has exactly one distinct real solution. That means that we have a perfect square. So what do I mean by that? I mean that if we were to factor the trinomial, it has to factor into two binomials that are the same. So let me explain. X squared plus xy plus y squared, that's a perfect trinomial because it factors into x plus y times x plus y, or x plus y to the second power. So when we need to find out what this a is, it's not exactly a yet because we need to take into account the y equals negative 1.5, but humor me, so if I have x squared plus 8x only, right? It's 8x only, then I know that to find the last term of my trinomial, I need to divide a by 2. And I need to square it. So it's b divided by 2 to the second power. So a divided by 2 is 4. And 4 to the second power is equal to 16. But that's not a. All right. So the perfect trinomial, I'm sorry, is x squared plus 8x plus 16 equal to 0. That means that when we factor is x plus 4 times x plus 4. So that's the same value for the real solution. X plus 4 times x plus 4 is equal to 0. So notice that x plus y, in this case my y is going to be the 4. So in other words, this became x was x, but y wasn't there, there were numbers, so x plus 4 squared is the perfect square. Okay, but we have to deal with the other equation. So y is equal to 1.5. So now let me explain that part. You may pause the video to do the factoring of x squared plus 8x plus 16, but we didn't take into account the other equation which we must take. So if we divide, let's look at the equal signs into the left side and the right side of, if you want to, now the left boxes and the right boxes. So on the left boxes, the left box on the top is y, and the right here, and the right the bottom box on the left is another y. So y is equal to y, which means that the right top and the right bottom are equal to each other, right? So if the left is equal to the left, by logic, then this one is equal to that one. And I'm going to write it out here. So that means that x squared plus 8x plus a, right? That's this part right here. Plus a, I said. That's an a. I may erase. Again, sorry for my computer. Maybe like that. X squared plus 8x plus a is equal to negative 1.5, right? So we're making this side, this box, equal to the box on top, because on the left, the bottom top is y is equal to the box on top is y. So negative 1.5. So after doing some math, I'm going to now erase some of what I wrote before, which you should have paused and wrote it down. So let me erase. Where's my eraser? Okay, let me erase this part. Perfect. Okay, so when we add 1.5 to both sides, we're going to get that x squared plus 8x plus A plus 1.5 is equal to 0. Remember, if you don't understand that, we simply added 1.5. There's a point there, there's a point there to the right, and so we needed to add it to the left as well after the A. So this became my 0 right here. And now we have this whole thing. X squared plus 8x, sorry, plus A plus 1.5 is equal to 0. Okay. Continue erasing stuff. So pause if you need to. I'm going to erase what I wrote at the beginning. We don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need that. So now I need to rewrite what's on top so that it makes a little bit of sense. So x squared plus 8x plus 16, but 16 this 16 here is going to be this part here, because everything else is the same. You see the equal to 0 there? Equal to 0. So this equation right here is going to be the same as the one in here, and I'm writing it below. So x squared plus 8x, instead of writing 16, I'm going to write A plus 1.5, because that's what 16 has to be. So 16 is the only part that's missing from this equation, right? That part. So plus A plus 1.5. It's gotta be a point. It's not 15, it's 1.5. So that's the idea. So again, I'm going to compare x squared is equal to x squared, 8x is equal to 8x, 0 is equal to 0. So what does that mean? That I have to do my top and bottom boxes. A plus 1.5. Pause as I erase because I need room. As you can see, I try to blow things out, but zoom it out. But I still need a lot of space. So if you look at the non-blue box, the 16 is on the top and the A plus 1.5, they match. They're the same thing. So I'm going to now say, very simply, I'm looking for my blue color. I'm going to now say that 16 is equal to A plus 1.5. So the top is equal to the bottom. So I'm going to write it like this. A plus 1.5 is equal to 16. What is A though? A is not 16 because of the 1.5 that was here from the beginning. So we need to subtract 1.5 from both sides. So minus 1.5, if you will. It's a little messy because my computer, but hopefully you get the idea. That cancels and it leaves me my A alone over there. So A is equal to 16 minus 1.5. That would be 14.5. 14.5. I. So with that, let me see if I can stop this video like that, because I don't want it to be too long. So let me see. All right, so now I'm going to pause or stop recording, and then I'll continue on a separate video for the rest of the questions.